Hey y'all, what's up? So, I watched three movies so far. They're all action movies, so I'm trying to stay within topics. So, this week was action. I watched To Catch a Killer. It's an action movie. I was immediately interested. As soon as the movie started, everything just started just like that. And couldn't take my eyes off of it. It's worth watching. I don't see anything wrong with the guy's head. They said that something was wrong with his head just for me to get ain't nothing wrong with his head. I was expecting to see like a dwarf or like something like mutant, like kind of mutated or something, like something wrong. But yeah, that part was disappointing. But other than that, like it was a good movie. But it brings up a lot of mental health awareness. It seems like it's based off of like mental health and like how people think and getting somebody's psyche, and it was really interesting. And he was trying to catch a killer. Of course, it was about mental health. So you got to be able to understand where somebody is coming from and things like that, so on and so forth. And personally, I give that movie 2 stars. 2 stars because I mean it really was interesting, but it just wasn't. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. But it actually is a good movie to watch. 2 stars. I'm a rough critic. Just know 2 stars might mean 3 stars to you. All right, Madam Web is an action movie. It takes place in New York. And it took at least 5 minutes until it got interesting. It wasn't interesting right off the bat. I had to sit there for a while, watch it for a while, get into it, and just pay attention to what is being said. And then I started getting interested in it. Because it started off with her mom going camping looking for a spider, and then I'm just like, okay, the spider, all right, but eventually it got real interesting. As soon as what happened to her mom happened to her mom, and whew, I was glued right after that. It was a tragic beginning. It's based off of a superhero, Madam Web, of course. I enjoyed this movie very much. I almost cried happy. I didn't almost cry happy tears. I cried happy tears at the end. It made me emotional. So for me, it hit, and I was into the movie the whole entire time. So personally, I gave it 5 stars. All right, and then Aftermath. Aftermath takes place in Boston. It took at least 20 to 30 minutes for me to get interested into it. For it to grasp my attention, for me to get interested. The movie was overall okay. It was just mostly typical. Like, you already know what's gonna happen before it happened. It wasn't like, oh my god, or there was no plot twist. It just scenes were normal. That everything was normal. I mean, good for the director, but it did not hit the way it needed to hit. It wasn't on. It didn't really have no emotion for real. Everything was typical. Like, you already know what's gonna happen. It's a typical movie, and that's what happened. Aftermath is, yeah, it's placed on a bridge, and like we've seen this happen. Like the superhero, and then the person saves the day. Not really no big tragic losses, nothing huge happening, like no wow factor, like wow, this action movie is different from the other. Like it was nothing that like really it grasped my attention because it was cool and everything like that, but it did not leave a stain in my mind like how I want movies to do. Um yeah. And it was a happily ever after, very typical. So, not that I like when movies end bad, but if it ends good, like you need that sauce. You need that sauce to it. So, like I said, stay tuned. Oh, and put on your notification bell for this page because I'm doing all Netflix reviews. So, whatever you don't want to watch, you don't have to watch it. And you can just come here and basically I'll give reviews. So, you don't have to waste your time. But Madam Web takes the cake this week. To Catch a Killer is second. No, 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 no. To Catch a Killer is not second. Aftermath is second because it's 3 stars. And To Catch a Killer is 2 stars because it's like, you know, I got upset at the end. It made me mad. So it might make you mad. If you like to be mad at movies, you go to Catch a Killer, but Madam Web, Aftermath, and then To Catch a Killer this week. So stay tuned.